This Torah class is brought to you by TorahAnytime.com.
Agata Moyed. The Gemara tells us in Erevin Yud Gimel Amud Beis that Beis Shammai and Beis Hillel debated a very hotly contested and contentious issue for 2.5 years. Is man better off being created, or would man be better off not have been created? Noach loy Adam shaloi nivra yoisem mishanivra, or Noach loy Adam shenivra yoisem mishaloi nivra. And the Gemara says, Nimnu v'gamru, they came to the following conclusion. Noach loy Adam shaloi nivra yoisem mishanivra. Man would have been better off not being created, but now that we're here, yifashmesh b'masav, yimashmesh b'masav. Chasam Sofer ala Torah Parsha Spy, he wants to understand what took 2.5 years, what is the significance of 2.5 years. And he explains, based on a Shloah Kadosh that we've spoken about many times. Shloah Kadosh says in the Pasuk, it says about Chodesh Nissan, HaChodesh hazeh lachem roish chadashim, rishain hu lachem l'chadshei hashana. So the end of the Pasuk says, Nissan is rishain hu lachem l'chadshei hashana, it's the first month. So what does it mean, HaChodesh hazeh lachem roish chadashim? This is the first month, it already says that. It says the Shloah, HaChodesh hazeh lachem roish chadashim means that every day of Chodesh Nissan has Kedushas Rosh Chodesh to it. That every single day is reckoned like a Rosh Chodesh. We've even explained, and we discussed this in the humble Sefer Maggid Harakiah, that every day of Nissan corresponds to a different month of the year, and that's how we can reconcile different statements of Chazal, that certain things happened on one date and elsewhere they say it happened on a different date. What it means is it happened in Nissan on the date that corresponds to a different month of the year. That's how, even though the Gemara says Avram Avinu was nifter in Nissan, the Midrashim say he was nifter in Teves. How is that? He was nifter in the 10th day of Nissan that corresponds to the 10th month Chodesh Teves. Be it as it may, from here we see, says Chasam Sofer, Rishain hu lachem l'chadshei hashana hachodesh hazeh lachem roish chadashim. Every day of Nissan has the status of Rosh Chodesh, which means every day incorporates an entire month, 30 days. Which means that the month of Nissan is really a 2.5 year period. Each day is 30 days. So you have 12 months, and then 12 months, and then 6 months, 2.5 years. Tosfos in Erevin says that even though the average person would be better off not being created, but for tzaddikim, for those who serve Hashem, certainly they're better off being created. So therefore, the 2.5 years that this was contested refers to Chodesh Nissan, because the world was created in Tishrei, but for the regular person who the world was created for them, the world would be better off not being created. For them, Noach loy Adam shaloi nivra. However, in the month of Nissan, that is indicated by the 2.5 year period that this issue was debated. 2.5 years representing Chodesh Nissan, which Chodesh Nissan encompasses 2.5 months. For the month of Nissan, the month that the world was created for Klal Yisrael, for the Ovdei Hashem, for them the world and man is better off being created. That is the significance of the 2.5 years that this was debated, because there is conceptually a period of 2.5 years for which the world is certainly better off being created, for which man is certainly better off being created, and that is the wondrous month of Nissan, which is HaChodesh hazeh lachem roish chadashim. It is a month which occupies a 2.5 year period, which means then that the Yom Tif of Pesach is at least 7 months or 8 months long. May we be zoicha to fully utilize the greatness of this Zman, the greatness of this Chodesh, the greatness of these Yamim, as David HaMelech is mispalel, Limnois Yameinu Kein Hoida, Ribbono Shel Olam, teach us to count your days properly, V'navi Levav Chachma, and this way we could bring into our heart a heart of wisdom and Chachma. Wishing everyone Agota Moyed, Achag Kosher V'Sameach.
You've just experienced another Torah class brought to you by TorahAnytime.com.